Hello, my dear little friends. Welcome to Mama's Tail Lanterns. I'm sure you all must be waiting for a new story. So, here I am with a very much new story and a very interesting of a little bunny. So, today's story is Bunny and his friends. Deep in the forest lived Bunny, the rabbit, who was very lonely. The sunshine did not reach that part of the forest where he lived, and no other animal wanted to live there. One day he got tired of his loneliness. I shall go seek some friends, he told himself. He packed up all his belongings and loaded them onto his cart. Then, pulling the cart along behind him, he set off. He had walked a long way when he finally found a needle walking along. Hello there, Needle. Where are you off to? Well, I was part of a swing kit, but I was dropped by accident. So I'm just wandering around with nothing to do, replied the needle, whose name was Sharpie. Why don't you hop onto my cart and we shall be friends? Called Bunny. Sure thing, said the needle and hopped on. They traveled a little further until they came across a lump of coal. Ahoy there, the two friends yelled. Where are you going? I was traveling in a sack of coals when I slipped through a hole and fell down. So I have nowhere to go, replied the coal, whose name was Lumpy. They invited the coal to hop on, and he did. Now the three of them went along chatting merrily until they came upon a duck. Hi, ducky, where are you going? Want to be friends with us? They invited cheerfully. The duck, whose name was Quacky, replied, I was just taking a walk. I would love to be your friend. And he climbed on. They went on a little way when they came upon an egg. Again, they invited the egg to join them. The egg, whose name was Baldi, agreed, saying, I was on my way to being an omelette when I rolled out of the basket I was traveling in. I would love to be friends with you guys. So the five friends traveled on until they came to a hut. Well, this looks marvelous. Shall we make this our home? Asked Bunny, finding it empty. It is wonderful, the perfect home for us, cried Sharpie. They went in and each found a lovely corner to rest in. Sharpie walked into the kitchen and saw a soft dish towel hanging over the counter. Lovely, he exclaimed. A soft bed for me. So he stuck himself in the towel and went to sleep. Quacky walked around until he saw a large bowl of water. Oh, wonderful! He cried. My own little swimming pool. He jumped in and splashed around happily. Lumpy, the coal jumped on a rocking chair. Ah, so relaxing, he said, rocking himself to sleep. Bunny walked into the bedroom and found the softest bed he had ever slept on. He sank into the pillow at once. Oh, I'm so weary from my travel. And he closed his eyes and was fast asleep soon. The egg walked around until he found a nice ledge above the front door. A perfect perch for me, he thought happily. So the five friends rested, but their peace was short lived, for a robber owned that house and he went on his way home. He entered the house and said, Home at last. I'm so tired today, he thought, for he had robbed several farmers that day. He went to the bowl of water to wash his face, but the duck was there, and when she saw him, she gave an angry squawk and started to flap her wings about. The bewildered robber panicked, for he could not see the duck with water being splashed all over his face. He yelled out and reached for the towel to wipe his face. Sharpie, angry at having his sleep disturbed, pricked him all over the face. Ow! Cried the robber in pain and fright. He stumbled around blindly and sank into the chair. Lumpy sat resting. In an instant, he had lit himself and burned the robber. Oh no, this house is haunted, yelled the terrified man, and made for the door. Baldy, the egg, perched on the ledge above it, chose that moment to land on his head. In sheer terror, the robber ran away forever. Yippee! Cried the friends, and they lived very happily in that hut after that and were the best friends. So, this was the end of the story. Hope, my dear little kids, you all like the story. So, please like and subscribe my YouTube channel and wait for the next stories to come. Bye bye.